What up, YouTube? Rochelle and I are back from Creator Clash, and we had a great time in Central Florida. But while I was there, I was thinking about the only thing I knew about Florida, and that's the fact that some of the craziest, braziest, most insane, meth-fueled, sex-fueled, gun-fueled things happen in the great state of Florida, DeSantis' paradise. So today, Rochelle and I are doing a tier list of the craziest Florida man stories of all time. They're all words YouTube loves in an intro. Just bleep them, brother. If I can't say meth in an intro, I'd rather myself. Keep that in the intro. First article from the HuffPost. Crystal methany allegedly fired missile into car.
I can't even, what are the words?
Well, missile, crystal methany. I'll read the article for chat here. Crystal methany, 36.
Oh, that's her name.
Sorry, you thought this was a nickname?
I thought it was like a drug deal gone bad.
No, her. This is her. This is a picture of Crystal methany.
Name. Yeah. Got it. Crystal methany.
I believe she had her name changed. She was arrested last month for shooting a missile into a vehicle, according to records from the Polk County Sheriff's Office in Florida. So sorry, a missile can be defined as a stone or other hard substance. Honestly, it seems like maybe she just slingshotted.
Does a shit count?
Why is that the first thing your brain went to?
Because it says or other hard substances, and it's like if somebody took a hard shit.
How hard is your shit?
I mean, I eat a lot of fiber. I don't know. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, what is hard? I read that and it's like, what is the definition of hard?
Right, but I guess to be fair, she fired it. She didn't throw it. And that should be a very specific word here.
Okay.
Which would mean that she either took her shit and put it in something to shoot it, or it came out so goddamn quickly that it could be considered a missile in the state of Florida.
She just took a dump inside the person's, went through the window.
But I think it can't plop. It has to move. Yeah, I feel like if this was a real missile, if this was Grand Theft Auto cheat codes blowing up cars, this is S. But because it could be anything, I think this is a solid B, right? Oh, you think C even? If it was Gwyneth Paltrow fires missile into cars, I'll give you a C. Her name is Crystal Methany. That's
okay,
a B.
Okay,
that's crazy,
fair.
right?
That's fair. I'll give you that.
And that makes it a perfect middle. Anything cooler, crazier than this is an S or an A, or anything below this is a C or a D. Inmate insists syringe pulled from rectum aren't his.
Good Lord.
I have no idea how that got there, officer.
Cops.
Yeah. Do you think this is you actually studied for law school? You took the LSAT.
I did.
If you were a lawyer, do you think you would use the I don't know how those got in my rectum defense?
I don't think I would.
A Florida man who was busted for allegedly smuggling syringes in his rectum into jail claims they don't belong to him, according to officials. Wesley Dasher Scott, 40, was initially busted on a marijuana charge. He then pulled 3 syringes from his body cavity during a strip search at Pinellas County Jail, news station WFLA reported. Scott handed the syringes over to authorities and claims he found them. What if, okay, this might be crazy.
Let me hear it.
Let's say you were the kind of person that enjoyed getting pegged.
Okay.
And you are going to jail, and the last thing you want to do is get pegged by your girlfriend before you go. And so you're getting pegged, you're having the time of your life, and it feels a little different, but you're not sure why.
Okay.
You show up in jail, you strip search, you're in the shower, and all of a sudden, out pop 3 little syringes. She was just trying to set you up, pack your lunch for jail, make sure you had the resources you needed.
Maybe. It sounds like if that's the case, then she was a hell of a partner.
A hell of a partner, right?
I think so, yeah.
And then he would be innocent in that case.
I would say that's still B.
Yeah, this is a little less, because this is just like, it's funny because the guy was like, I don't know how those got there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, we were just there.
We were in Clearwater. Wow, this could have happened while we were there.
Yep.
They held up a Clearwater CVS. A trail of pill bottles led cops to their door, police say.
No.
The alleged robbers made off with garbage bags full of opioids worth about $320,000, but they shouldn't have tossed the empty bottles out the car window.
You're kidding me.
It's like Hansel and Gretel. Oh, this is good. I feel like this one's nice because it's like, it's educational. If I'm ever gonna rob, I'm not just gonna throw the receipts out the window.
My old stepdad was a criminal defense attorney.
Okay.
And he had to defend someone where instead of grabbing all of the cash out of the cash register, he grabbed all the receipts and thought it was cash.
Right.
So his argument was, well, he didn't steal the cash.
Right.
So, and he got off.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
The guy goes in with a gun, opens the register, takes all these things, looks, and it's just receipts. There's no monetary value there.
Why would you get a receipt from a robbery? He was high. And
he was high. I believe it was a what do you call a dry cleaner.
Yeah.
And so they had a bunch of receipts. I think I've heard this story.
Yeah.
They had a bunch of receipts for like, hey, come pick up your coat. And he's just grabbing them and stuffing them in bags and pockets.
Yeah.
And then when he gets away, it turns out he actually has nothing there.
He had no cash. It was literally just
Paper.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Is that A?
To me, this is a D.
That's a D?
That's a D. The guy
I was
who-
thinking A and you were thinking D?
Well, because in my mind, like the C that we have is a guy who's trying to explain to the jailers why he has syringes up his butt, and butts are funny.
Correct.
And these guys don't have anything up their butts.
I'm curious to see what Joe Biden, good old Joe.
Don't look ahead.
I'm not
Hey,
looking
we're
ahead.
not rushing here.
Okay.
This takes our full attention.
Got it.
Suspect points finger at clerk in attempted Bonita Springs robbery, leaves empty-handed. I feel like there's a classic, like you see this in mob movies, where they have their hand on a gun in their pocket.
In their pocket,
But like
yeah.
it's like in a coat, and so you don't really know if they have it.
I would say A.
What is happening here?
I think I'm doing it backwards.
What do you mean you think you're doing it backwards?
I think it's very funny.
You think this is very funny?
I do.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, I'm fine with that.
I
but-
don't know if I think it's funnier than crystal methane.
No, I think this is a D. I think it's the exact same level as this one.
You think it is?
Where it's just kind of funny, but like this, it moves up to A if it like works. If the guy robbed
If
like
it worked-
$50,000 with a finger gun, you know?
Then that would be an A
Yeah,
story.
then it would be like goated. Okay, yeah, Rochelle's doing a funny tier list and Stanz is doing a grand larceny tier list. I just want it to be something that would like only in Florida, you know?
But
I'm down to move it up to C.
okay, move it up to C.
Okay, perfect. This
Oh,
is the
God.
one you were excited about.
I know, I'm scared.
There's a little puppy dog,
I'm very scared.
and I'm sure it's about a dog.
I'm sure it's not.
Man tells deputies his name is Dog and barks during traffic stop, Florida cops say.
Oh, I see.
The dog defense. You know you can't arrest a dog.
You can't arrest a dog.
No. There's no procedures in place. A suspected car thief tried identifying as a dog when stopped when stopped by Florida deputies, and even resorted to barking responses to their questions.
Could you imagine?
Yeah, I imagine like the most patient cop in the world saying like 1 bark for yes, 2 barks for no.
And he's just like,
And they're like, did you steal this car? And he has to like kind of look incredulous and go, roof. No, really.
He just barked.
The sheriff's office reported in a March 22nd face. Why is the sheriff posting this on Facebook?
that's a good question.
I mean, I understand Florida's different, but like you don't need to be posting
they
like
love to start shit.
when the deputy asked him for identification, he refused to comply and would only say that his name was Dog, at which time he followed it with more barking. The thought that this guy's getting arrested and the only thought in his head is like the only way I can get away with this is by pretending to be a dog is crazy.
To me, that's something only a Florida man would do.
That is something only a Florida man would do. Can I tell you that they added a little bit of humor here under this?
Let me hear it.
It was by coincidence that a real dog, Sheriff's Office K9 Maverick, happened to be on the call, and he saw through the act.
Jesus Christ.
This dog knew that the guy wasn't a dog. Where would you like to put the dog man on the tier list?
I would say A.
Yeah, I love this one.
Yeah.
I think this is great. It's an A or a B. It's up there.
Yeah.
Maybe crystal methany is too low because it is
Crystal
very
meth-
crazy.
Yeah, we might need to move crystal methany up.
We might have to move her up later, but we'll figure it out. Florida man arrested after repeatedly asking 911 to arrest Joe Biden. It is very funny to me to call the emergency hotline because they go, 911, what's your emergency? And then you go, like, there's a terrorist around. And they go, oh no, like, what's happening? And you
Yeah.
go, in the White House, baby.
Yeah.
1400 Pennsylvania Avenue. You think B?
I think B. I think it's pretty funny calling 911 saying you need to take out Joe Biden
I think
for
it's
El Chapo.
funnier if, like, could you imagine a world where he's calling, but he's like burying the lead? It's not like Joe Biden's a terrorist, arrest him. It's like, oh my God, I need your help. There's someone coming after me. And it's like, this is where I live. And then like 2 minutes into the call, he goes, his name's Joe Biden. And then the next time he calls, he does like a really shitty accent, like, oh, this guy is going after me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and he's just like, literally this one 911 operator has to deal with this one guy. Burglar breaks into Bradenton home to suck the victim's toes, cops say.
God, that's scary.
Toe-sucking burglar broke into a Bradenton home on Christmas Eve and got
Jesus.
into a fight with a resident, according to the Manatee County Sheriff's Office. Deputies who responded to a home on 60th Avenue West were told that the victim was sleeping in his bedroom when he was awakened by the suspect sucking on his toes, according to an incident report.
I can't.
The victim asked the suspect what he was doing, and the suspect simply stated he was there to suck toes. According to the report, a gun was never seen, but the victim managed to force the suspect out of the home. They took DNA swabs from the victim's toes. They never caught the toe sucker.
That's so weird.
This is so sick.
That's crazy.
This is actually the heist of the century.
Is it the heist of the century?
You break into a guy's house, you not only suck his toes while he's asleep, you wake him up, you grab your genitals, you say suck on D's, you kick him out of his house, and then you run away before the dogs can catch you?
Oh my God.
We one time...
See, good thing we didn't skip it.
Yeah, good thing we didn't skip it.
That's our first S.
We one time were sitting in bed together, you and I. And it's like, I don't know, maybe midnight. We're in bed, lights are off, and we were just sitting there. And all of a sudden, something rustles at the foot of the bed.
Oh, you're talking about...
And I go, oh, stop it, Einstein. And then Rochelle literally does a horror movie turn, looks at me, and goes, that's not Einstein. I locked him out of the room. And I jumped out of bed, I swear to God, 10 feet in the air. Because in my mind, there's like a raccoon or some shit in our bed. There is some creature crawling through on my toes. And if I had woken up that day and it was not Einstein, but was instead a toe sucker, I don't know if I'd be able to live life as the same man.
I don't think so either.
Because that's the only experience I had with my toes being messed with in bed when I didn't know what was going on.
Correct.
Which is a very specific thing to have happened.
I completely agree.
It turns out, by the way, it was Einstein.
It was Einstein.
Of course it was Einstein.
He got in the room when I thought I had locked him out.
He was in the room the whole time.
This is when he was a kitten, though, so he was like really small. And so I thought maybe it was like a rat or something had gotten into the apartment.
Right.
And it scared me.
It scared me. I swear I jumped.
I looked at him very, very like serious.
Well, because especially if you're asleep and you can feel there's something moving by your feet. And I'm like, oh, that's my cat. And she says it's definitely not your cat. You know that
it's all dark.
Yeah, it's pitch black.
You can't see anything. You just feel something rustle past you underneath the sheets.
Fuck, that was terrifying.
Yeah.
Florida man arrested trying to warn Space Force base of alien dragon war.
What the fuck?
To me, this is the kind of shit that happens in Florida every day.
Yeah, this is a Florida man article for sure.
Johnson's arrest affidavit said he stated the president of the United States told him in his head he needed to take the vehicle.
Oh God, this guy just sounds mentally ill.
Yeah, but this is actually kind of goated because the last guy was trying to arrest Biden and this guy's honestly taking all his orders from Biden. According to the records, he explained the president is in his head and needed him to drive to Patrick Air Force Base to warn the Guardians. He was told by the president he needed to tell the government there were U.S. aliens fighting with Chinese dragons.
Jesus Christ.
What's a U.S. alien?
I'm trying to think, like, are there any alien movies that took place in the United States? I feel like they all take place.
Independence Day, they yeeted the White House.
I didn't watch Independence Day. Why are you looking at me like this? I didn't watch Independence Day.
You've never seen Independence Day?
I haven't seen Independence Day. Independence Day speech.
This is the most goated speech in television history. They've just blown up the White House, and he's got to give a speech.
Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
Yeah! Woo! Patriotism boner. This is when people say we want to go back to the good times. This is the good times.
That's
when
wild.
We're watching Independence Day in theaters and we're all fighting together, baby. And he says the name of the movie, and then Eddie from fucking Cousin Eddie flies into space and fights the aliens.
That's wild.
I can't believe you've never seen Independence Day.
I don't think I have. Maybe I did when I was younger.
I mean, you'd remember it.
I don't
They
remember
blow up
that.
the White House, a big alien ship.
See?
This is a good C. I feel like I'm happy with that.
Are you good with that?
I'm good with that.
Okay.
Okay. Man steals hearse from Florida funeral home, then crashes it.
Jesus Christ.
That's Gainesville. We've been there.
Hey, we have been there. We've been to a lot of places in Central Florida, apparently.
Yeah, it seems like we kind of like Florida. You live in Gainesville? Oh, hope you didn't steal a hearse recently.
Was that you?
A man who reportedly
It too?
stole a hearse and then crashed it in Gainesville Sunday afternoon has been arrested, police said in a tweet. The 54-year-old suspect, who was not immediately identified by Gainesville police, is facing a charge of GTA/criminal mischief after... You should have a thing called criminal mischief.
No, you have.
It kind of makes it like... It downplays it.
Yeah, and it also makes
cool.
it sound kind of, fun.
I feel like I want to get arrested for criminal mischief.
I
think that would be a fun YouTube video.
I can see you doing that.
Yeah.
D.
D?
D.
What?
Where do you want to put it?
I think it's, to me, if there's a dead body in the hearse, it's a B.
If there's a dead body, in the hearse, it's an S. To be clear.
This is Florida Man. Let's just assume there's a dead body in there.
I don't think there's a dead body in there.
Yeah, but let's use the power
They
of
don't
imagination.
just
We're
leave
making a
dead
YouTube
bodies
video.
in the hearses.
Well, where do you think they're going to be?
In the morgue.
Yeah, but then when
Duh.
you're transporting it, it's got to be somewhere with
I'll
a
let
dead
you
body.
decide. I'll let you decide where it goes.
I think I'm just going to put it in B.
B?
With a dead body, to me, it's a B.
There's no dead body.
Okay, then it's a D.
Thank you.
You told me you'd let me decide, though. Florida man who went viral for wide neck and mugshot arrested again on stalking charge. I have to say,
That's terrifying.
if this man was stalking me, I would be running. I feel like you could stalk me and it's like, oh, what's that? You look behind you and you see this wide-necked man and you gotta go.
Especially if he calls himself wide neck.
Yeah.
That's super scary.
Although it'd be really hard to stalk secretly if you have 1 million followers on Instagram and also the widest neck known to man.
That's pretty wild.
I have a picture of him on my computer.
Oh my God.
I thought they were called Thumbies. They're called Thum Thumbs. That's him.
Thumb Thumbs. I forgot about, dude, Spy Kids was a goated movie.
Spy Kids was sick.
Spy Kids was so good.
Yeah, I was really into it as a kid. Okay, wide neck is stalking you. Wait, did they catch him because they recognized him?
I don't know.
He gained internet fame in 2018 when he was arrested on multiple drug charges. He went viral. At the time, social media users left comments like, y'all leave this man alone. I bet he'd stick his neck out for you.
Jesus. I think that's
He was
pretty
also
funny.
in a high-speed chase. This guy's doing it all. We're not rating the article. We're rating this man. He's been arrested 3 times. He's been arrested for drug charges. He's been arrested on a high-speed chase. And he also has put a song out. This guy is a crazy Florida man.
A.
Love it. I love that. Maybe even S. Man arrested at Target while assembling the electric scooter he just stole. That's him.
Look at his face.
Yo. Why didn't he go anywhere further? Oh, the one time the body cam works.
Do a favor, stand up. Huh? Stand up. I'm gonna detain you for a second. Come here. Put it down. Yes, sir. You know why I'm detaining you? No, sir. No?
No?
Okay. Once I get these on you, I'll explain it to you. We'll get it all figured out, all right?
What I missed.
Nothing. The guy's like, do you know why I'm arresting you? He went, no. And then he just got arrested.
Turn around.
It was a slow
Tense up on me,
burn.
man.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah, nothing real crazy. Very brazen, though. I love the thought that he was going to build it outside.
I would give that a C.
You would give this a C?
Yeah.
I think this is a C. This could maybe even be a D.
Okay.
What do you think?
We could go D.
Let's check out some what seems to be key lime pie.
Oh, we were just talking about key lime pie.
Florida man faces up to 30 years for dumping water on older brother in argument over key lime pie.
That seems wild.
Something's got to be crazy, or he
Yeah.
can't just be dumping water.
Because that
right?
seems fine.
He was holding his toaster at the time. A Florida man dumped 2 glasses of water on his older brother in an argument over key lime pie, and he now faces charges that can put him behind bars for decades upon conviction. Lee County Sheriff's deputies on Wednesday arrested David Sherman Powelson, 64, who was charged with 1 count of first-degree felony aggravated battery on a person 65 years of age or older in the incident involving his unnamed sibling. Powelson said he ate a piece of pie that his brother had been saving for later. An argument ensued, court documents said. Powelson faces a potentially lengthy prison sentence and thousands of dollars in fines under Florida law if he's convicted. That's crazy. I know there's a lot of old people in Florida, but the fact that you would get that many years, like up to 30 years for pouring water on someone 65 years or older,
Seems crazy.
it's insane, right?
I agree.
And also, the dude ate his pie. The other guy should get some years in prison for eating the pie.
I agree.
This is, I think we should judge based on the bizarreness of the Florida law.
The bizarreness of the Florida law would
And
put
like
this
how
at a
crazy
B.
the situation is. You think a B?
I think a B.
I think a B is good here.
I think so too.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Florida man caught feeding wild alligator resists arrest. He's a good boy, and he loves bagels. I don't think it should be illegal to feed an alligator in Florida.
I don't think so either.
Right, it's normal. Fortin, who says he's a disabled veteran, told News 6 that he regularly fed Hank the alligator.
Aw.
He's a good boy. He lets me pet him, Fortin told the channel. He just sits there, and he loves bagels. He was such a good friend.
That's sad. I feel bad for this man.
Yeah. The alligator lover added, it's illegal. It's totally illegal to do it. Did I know it? No. Did I know I couldn't feed a turtle? Alligators? Yeah, I kind of knew that. I don't know. Maybe I'm Dr. Doolittle. But this sentence goes places. Did I know it? No. Did I know I couldn't do it? Yeah. Wait, what?
I don't know.
He's saying the
Maybe I'm
opposite
Dr.
thing.
Doolittle. I would say that this is a
so
very
funny.
Florida man comment.
Uh-huh.
So I would put this probably A tier.
I mean, is it S? It's not as crazy as toe sucking to me. To me, it's
Not
A.
as crazy as toe sucking. I think
It's
it's
just
A.
a guy who found a bond with an animal and he
Yep.
loved him.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
It's illegal. It's totally illegal to do it. Did I know it? No. Did I know I couldn't feed a turtle? Alligators? Yeah, I kind of knew that. I don't know why. Maybe I'm Dr. Doolittle. That can't be real. I'm crying. You can't write comedy better than that. That sentence is so good. I'm actually crying. Holy shit.
Ready for this helicopter?
I'm ready.
Jason Vickery breaks into home, plays with toy helicopter, masturbates, cops say. If you're at home and hear a mysterious fap noise, it might be a helicopter outside. Or it might be this guy.
Oh my God.
Jason Lee Vickery, 23, broke into a home in St. Augustine, Florida Wednesday. He got distracted. Oh, he pulled out his wiener, saw the remote control helicopter. Did they have a camera on him or something?
I don't know.
Vickery sought out the toy's batteries and flew the helicopter for a while, thus depriving the owner of the item and its battery life, the report states. At some point while inside the home, he ate a salad he happened to have with him. Oh, he didn't steal the salad then. He brought the salad with him for more energy.
Okay, so here's what I'm reading from this.
What are you reading from this?
I think this guy thought he was in his house
No shot.
because he has the stuff on him.
Right. He just went to the
he's
grocery store and bought a salad.
He's casually going to masturbate upstairs.
Right.
And then he sees a toy and he goes, "Oh, wait a second. There's a toy. That's not my toy.
Right.
Why is there a toy in the house?" And then he hears people coming.
Nobody
and then
plays
he
with the
runs
toy.
outside.
That would be very reasonable if he didn't play with the toy, thus depriving the owner of the item and its battery life.
How do they know though? It could have just been going off while he was there.
Where would you like to put our helicopter stealing masturbator?
C.
Oh.
Where would you put it?
I would probably put it B, but I'm down.
I mean, you think it's as funny as buttholes? I don't know that those are mine.
I honestly think Butthole's got to move up.
You think buttholes has got to move
And
up?
Crystal Metheny could move up.
Okay, I'll allow it.
Nice. Are you ready to go into our final one?
I'm ready.
This is it, the last Florida man. Florida man pretends to be dentist, operates clinic out of Danbury Hotel.
Oh my God.
There's an Arizona man that's kind of like more of a sad story. Do you know the Arizona man I'm talking about?
No.
He pretended to be mentally handicapped to get a state-sanctioned care worker that would put him in a diaper and then he'd shit his pants and she would change him. And it turned out he wasn't mentally handicapped.
What?
Crazy, right?
That's insane.
Yeah. I think it was like Maricopa man. Man arrested for allegedly faking Down syndrome. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And this caretaker was like a nurse.
These young
This is
women
real?
want
This is real.
answers. A woman named Amy contacting them on carelinks.com claiming to be Menchaca's mother, saying her son had Down syndrome.
She would talk like a child, he would act like a child.
The women switching off looking after Menchaca, oftentimes at his Gilbert home, where they were tasked with bathing him and changing his diapers.
Every time that we changed his diaper, he would always have an erection.
Court documents reveal in one instance,
Jesus.
That's terrible. The way she said that.
Every time he changed his diaper, he would have
The way
it.
she said that is so funny. Oh, they're too kind. They're pure souls.
They
They're
are.
helping this man who they believe has Down syndrome.
After dozens of visits, the caregivers realizing something wasn't right, confronting him in front of his family. His parents telling them their son does not have Down syndrome and
parents
doesn't
were
need
in
a
on it.
diaper. 12 News learning Menchaca worked part-time for the Chandler Unified School District for 2 years, resigning less than a week before his arrest.
See, Florida man's a little more fun and kooky compared to Arizona man.
Arizona man is terrifying.
Arizona man is terrifying. Okay, sorry. So it's kind of like that, but instead of pretending to be a baby, you're pretending to be a dentist.
Okay.
Hugo Moraes de Lima, age 41, of Boca Raton, I don't know, Florida, was busted in Danbury on Sunday, April 16th at the La Quinta Hotel for reports of an occupant practicing dental work. How do you even report that?
I have no idea.
Hey, I think we got someone practicing dental work back here. I feel like if I was a 911 operator, I'd be like, well, are they a dentist? This one's really funny because Danbury's in Connecticut, but the man is from Florida. Proof Floridians are a different breed. Oh. Upon arrival, officers located a man who claimed he was conducting dental referrals. When officers entered the room, they found an impromptu operating setup with dental drills, suction machines, and a portable x-ray machine.
What?
Officers also located numerous bottles of amoxicillin and other medications. While speaking with him, a man exited the bathroom with gauze in his mouth, saying he just had a dental procedure.
When was this? This was in April.
This
18th.
was
This
so
was-
recent.
Yeah.
My God, no, this just happened 2 days ago. It's not an updated for sure. That's so sick.
That's wild.
I love this. Where do you want to put it? I think he's a hustler, practicing his craft.
Do you think he's an S? Or do you think he's an A?
What moves it up is I might give him an S because he literally left Florida to go be Florida man somewhere else. I think this list is nice. We have the traveling Florida man doing illegal surgeries on people, and the thought that the police are arresting him, and then the guy like walks out of the bathroom. It's like a comedy, right?
Yeah.
You can see that scene in a movie, and he's got gauze, and he goes, "Hey guys, what's going on here?"
I just had dental work.
Yeah, and he's like, "I had a triple root canal," and the police are like, "This man's not a dentist." It's a classic "That's Not Einstein" moment, you know? Any last words about Florida? You've been there a couple times. I've been there a couple times.
It's just a crazy state, man.
It is a crazy state.
I always have a good time, Florida.
You cried in Florida one of your last visits.
I did.
You did.
Do you remember why?
I do. You don't remember based on saying that.
No, I don't.
Then why'd you say I did? I love
Was
the
it because I
attitude.
left my purse in the Uber?
No, you cried because you fucking held a sloth in your hands. And
I
you
did.
bawled like a baby.
I bawled like a baby because I got to meet a sloth.
Yeah, I sent you the correct tier list in DMs. I'm sorry, did you do a version of it?
Oh, there's-
If you really feel strongly about the way I ranked these, brazy. Toes and B?
Toes and B is wild.
This list cannot stand.
Toes and B is
Toes is
crazy.
the craziest thing that happened on this entire list. I'm getting out of here. I appreciate you all. We will see you next time. Let's raid Curly.
Okay.
Wow, the lighting in here is crazy. I look so red.
It looks good. I think the lighting
You
looks
look great. I look red.
It's because you're tan, baby.